I would describe myself as a socialist.
I'm a socialist, I'm a socialist. You will do as I say, or we'll take you away.
If you like my channel, subscribe. In all of British political history, few figures have sparked as much controversy as Tony Blair.
Leaders and actors are so deceived.
His decade-long tenure as Prime Minister from 1997 to 2007 left an indelible mark on the nation's social fabric.
Invaders and flags don't admit defeat.
Particularly through his government's approach to immigration and multiculturalism.
Remember our past, legacy of grit.
Blair has been vilified by many as the architect of a demographic shift that has fundamentally altered the face of Britain.
Fight for the future, this is it.
The statistics paint a stark picture of this transformation. In 1991, just before Blair's Labour Party began its ascent to power, the foreign-born population of the UK stood at a modest 3.5 million. Roughly 6% of the total population. By the time Blair left office in 2007, this figure had swelled to 6.3 million, or 10.6% of the population, and this trend has only accelerated since then.
Albion, arise, or your land, your home. Albion, arise, our land of home.
As of 2021, the Office of National Statistics reported that 14.5% of all UK residents were born abroad, a staggering 9.6 million people. And we all know that these figures are grossly underrepresented.
Albion, arise, or your land, your home. Albion, arise, our land of home.
The impact of this demographic revolution is obviously impossible to ignore. In London, long considered the epicenter of multiculturalism in Britain, the change has been particularly pronounced. In 2021, the census revealed that for the first time, white British no longer constituted a majority in the capital, accounting for just 36.8% of the population. In boroughs like Newham and Brent, that figure drops below 20%.
Vermin on the streets, betrayed, misled.
The repercussions of this shift extend far beyond mere numbers. The strain on public services, housing and social cohesion has been a subject of intense debate.
Time to fly the flag, time to see red.
The National Health Service, already under pressure from an ageing population, has grappled with the increased demand. In 2029 and 2020 financial year, the NHS in England alone spent £20 million on translation services. Translation services, a direct consequence of the linguistic fucking diversity brought about by mass immigration.
Be caught in control, brainwashing eyes.
Education too has felt the impact, literally and figuratively. In 2021, 19.3% of pupils in the UK were recorded as speaking English as an additional language, up from just 7.6% in 1997 when Blair took office.
Diversity is strength, their biggest lie.
So let's go through that again. That's 20% of the UK population now regard English as a second language.
Albion, arise, see the truth. Albion, arise, they lie to you.
Well, some people might think that linguistic diversity might equal chaos, a loss of understanding, create ghettoized suburbs in the UK. Others might think it's just enriching. Either way, it presents significant challenges for educators and policymakers alike.
Leaders leaders or sow the seed.
The most visible and contentious symbol of Britain's immigration debate has been the ongoing crisis of the Channel crossings.
Invaders and flags don't admit defeat.
In 2022, a record 45,756 people made the perilous journey across the Channel in small boats.
Remember our past, legacy of grit.
The first half of 2023 saw 11,000 arrivals, despite the government promises, again and again, successively throughout time, to stop the boats.
Fight for the future, this is it.
These figures serve as a constant reminder of the ongoing challenges posed by immigration, long after Blair has left office.
Albion, arise, O your land, your home. Albion, arise, our land of home.
For many years, Blair's legacy has been encapsulated in his infamous statement about rubbing the right's nose in diversity, and this quote, attributed to Blair by Andrew Nether, a former advisor, in 2009, has been seized upon by critics as proof of a deliberate strategy to alter Britain's demographic makeup for political gain.
Albion, arise, O your land, your home. Albion, arise, our land of home.
It's been used to paint Blair as a globalist, a conspirator, a man willing to sacrifice national identity on the altar of multiculturalism. The consequences of Blair's policies have reverberated, quite rightly, throughout British politics. The rise of UKIP, the Brexit vote can all be traced to varying degrees to public backlash against the rapid changes initiated under Blair's government.
Time to fly the flag, time to see red.
The British National Party, for example, once a fringe movement, saw its support peak in the years following Blair's premiership, winning 2 seats in the European Parliament in 2009. Yet as we stand at the crossroads of Britain's future, grappling with the long-term implications of these seismic shifts, a provocative question emerges.
Urban on the streets, betrayed, misled.
What if we've just fundamentally misunderstood Blair's intentions all along? Consider, just for a moment, right, an alternative interpretation of Blair's actions.
Be caught in control, brainwashing eyes.
What if, rather than being a traitor to British interests, Blair was attempting something far more nuanced, dare we say, patriotic?
Diversity is strength, their biggest lie.
Post-World War II has lulled the West into a false sense of security. Decades of relative peace and prosperity have bred a kind of cultural complacency. We've grown comfortable, perhaps even naive in our worldview. We assume that our values, our democracy, individual liberty, tolerance, are universal, that all cultures ultimately shared our and do share our beliefs and aspirations.
Albion, arise, see the truth. Albion, arise, lay light to you.
But the world beyond our shores has been changing, and often in antithetical ways to our way of life. The rise of Islamic fundamentalism, the resurgence of authoritarian regimes, and the growing economic might of nations with vastly different value systems all posed a challenge to the Western liberal order. Blair, with his global perspective and access to intelligence briefings, may, and I'm saying may, have recognised a hard truth.
Albion, arise, O your land, your home. Albion, arise, our land of home.
West was woefully unprepared for the challenges that may lay ahead. In light of this, his push for diversity takes on a new and provocative meaning. By exposing Britain to the realities of a diverse yet often conflicting world, Blair wasn't trying to erase our culture, he was trying to strengthen it by confronting us with uncomfortable truths. And this exposure, while jarring and obviously controversial, may have served a crucial purpose. It may have been the wake-up call to our nation, the UK, Britain, maybe worldwide, maybe the West in general, that had perhaps grown too comfortable in our island mentalities.
Albion, arise, O your land, your home. Albion, arise, our land of home.
So Blair's strategy, viewed through this lens, is to say, not everyone shares our values, and I know that you won't believe me, so what I'm going to do instead is invite them all to live with us, and then you can see for yourself.
Leaders and actors are so deceived.
By encouraging immigration and rapid cultural changes, Blair has forced the British public to confront these realities head on, and it wasn't about destroying British culture, maybe, but about inoculating us against a potentially more destructive conflict that might have happened in the future. And again, this interpretation doesn't justify or condemn Blair's actions, it's completely YouTube friendly. But it does offer a different perspective on a policy that has shaped modern Britain. It suggests that what many saw as a betrayal, a absolute traitorous betrayal of everything that Britain stands for,
Remember our past, legacy of grit.
may have just been misunderstood, an attempt at national fortification. As we continue to grapple with the consequences of these policies directly from him, from the challenges of integration to the ongoing debates about national identity, perhaps it's time to reassess Blair's legacy. Or at least put him back in the spotlight. Not as a simple tale of globalism versus nationalism, but as a complex effort to try and strengthen Britain by forcing us to confront uncomfortable truths about the world and our place in it. And also, the people that live here and their place in our country.
Fight for the future, this is it.
But in the end, whether Blair's strategy was right or wrong, whether it was effective or disastrous, it's still up for debate. But understanding this potential rationale challenges us to think more deeply about our recent history and about the decisions that are shaping our nation.
Albion, arise, see the truth. Albion, arise, lay like to.
And as we face ongoing challenges from channel crossings to cultural tensions, we must ask ourselves, was Blair a traitor to Britain? Or was he trying, in his own controversial way, to prepare us for a harsher world than we were willing to acknowledge? The answer to that question may well shape how we approach the challenges of tomorrow. Tony Blair, fucking hate you, you son of a bitch, you fucking wanker. Tony Blair, fucking hate you.
Albion, arise, or your land.